Thank you guys. Um, Ade Lowo, congratulations. And I want to also use the opportunity to thank all our subscribers. Thank you very much for making it possible to always be on live stream every day. The testimony is your testimony. Thank you for supporting the live stream. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for tapping. Just imagine how many more people will hear this testimony and their hope will come alive. Right? Why? Because you are supporting what we are doing. Right? So if you are trying to conceive and you're listening to me from wherever you are in the world, it does not change anything. Knowledge is the same. Human body is the same. Right? Just make sure you listen well and do what we ask you to do. Otherwise, there's really no. Otherwise, you just be spending money. I tell you, a lot of you are spending money for nothing, right? Spending money for nothing. Knowledge is the difference, and we're here to give you for free. And for all those nasty people that come to my DM to tell me rubbish, God will punish you. All right. Oh boy, are we ready for today's discussion? Are we ready for today's discussion? Are we ready? Same doctor you call proud, you go beg them now, voice done loud. The doctor know they shine, no be saying no try. Now truth no they sweet, now why do they pass and by? We have a flash go. You go spend your last one. Blossom is here. Blossom is here. You're welcome. Fake life they trend, real work they hide. People want shortcut, no patience, just ride. Why not no loud, no Instagram fame, but now they're really no game. You want quick fix overnight cure, but body no be magic in structure. Science no they rush it, they build step by step, but fraud go promise. Thank you very much for the rose. So next time you see quiet hands at work. Thank you for the heart, me. No mistake, silence for weakness. Thank you, so love. Thank you very much for the quiet Blossom. Thank you very much. Thank you for the heart. I think the flash goal is achieved. If you're just joining, you're welcome. And if you are trying to conceive, make sure you listen well, right? Because we don't have any magic, we don't have any drug, but we can give you knowledge that will change your story, right? And for those of you who need drug, for what? For what? You don't even know what's wrong with you. You're looking for drug. I have drug, 1 million naira. Oh boy. Hello, tall, slim Lily. Where have you been? Good to see you. Good to see you. You're welcome. Such a long time. Right? All right, we want to begin our discussion tonight. We're going to be looking at stress. Right? We look at how stress affects sperm production. The effect of stress on sperm. In these 30 days of male infertility, we have laid bare a lot of things that can happen to men. And unfortunately, the last person that will be tested in the journey of infertility is the man, unfortunately. But everybody should be tested immediately, right? But I tell you, 9 out of 10 of men problem in fertility is reversible. They're all reversible. Unless they are born with some kind of condition. Otherwise, it's reversible. So why are men not having answers to their problems? Because of lack of knowledge. More likely, they have been talking to those who is asking them for something else, right? But I'll give you all the knowledge you need. Whatever you do with it is your responsibility. But my job is done the moment I tell you the story, right? All right, today let's go to today's gist. I'm very happy for that testimony that I received tonight. You see, I've been hearing testimonies of those who have been trying for 5 years, 2 years, I think as much as 8 years. But tonight is the highest, 13 years. Begin to wonder, how much can you pay to get the kind of value you get like this? Thank you for blessing us. And what a way to start a weekend, right? That's a good way to start a weekend. So that we'll come back refreshed on Monday. And I'm just thinking about those who are still trying to conceive. What would June be like for you? What would June be like for you? By June, we'll have completed our target of 20 people who should have conceived in the first half of this year. So we are almost 10 now, almost 10, yeah. So by June, we'll complete 20. Then we'll give another target for December. I'm just thinking about people around the world who are trying to conceive. Imagine what information would do for you. If you are just joining, please tap on your screen. We want to talk about stress. So not just stress. We'll look at stress. Then we'll look at male hormones, right? Because these are invisible fertility disruptors. We'll look at what could cause all this problem in men, right? So, are we ready for the gist? Well, if you're not ready, I'm ready. I'm going to say it anyway. If you miss anything, go to YouTube, search my name, Dr. Godwin EMB. And let me beg you, I beg you to go there, subscribe, right? The more platform we have, the more opportunity to help more people. Imagine people paying millions of naira, taking drugs that does not do anything. All they needed was information that costs nothing, free of charge. No, it cost me data to be on live stream. But it cost them nothing. And they carry their bundle of joy. How much can we pay for these things? Alright, so please just make sure you support the way you can. God bless you. Alright, the invisible fertility disruptors. We're going to look at all of them today. We'll look at stress. We'll look at male hormones and see how the issues can come and how we can resolve them. Right? It's not all bad story. It's all about solution. It's all about solution. Because at the end of this year, we would have answered the question, why are you not pregnant? Right? We will. Right? Do you know that these stress and hormonal issues, they are problems you can't see on your lab report? When you go to do semen analysis and they give you that report in that one sheet, you look at it. How would you know stress was a problem? How would you know hormone was a problem? You don't see it on those. If you're just joining, you're welcome. I greet you. Just enjoy the greeting, right? But make sure you're participating. Tap on your screen, right? So these are the problems you can't see on your lab report when you go for semen analysis. Because a man can walk into a clinic, he's semen analysis looks okay. It looks okay. He has no obvious disease. He eats fairly well and is trying regularly. In other words, he's knocking regularly, right? Thank you very much, Stephen. I appreciate you. M-Seg is here. Yet, months pass, no pregnancy. Why? What happened? You know, what is often missed or what is often missing in the discussion is stress. Stress. And you say, stress? Yes, stress. You've done everything that is known to be done. The test looks okay, but I'm still not pregnant. Why? Stress. Not the kind of stress you feel for a moment. Hold on. I say, I'm stressed out. Because you know many nights I come on live stream, I'm so stressed. I go and sleep. I don't know who send me a message to teach people. But not the moment stress I'm talking about. No, not the moment stress. But the kind of stress that you carry daily. They are quiet, they are constant, and they are silent. They are silent. Well, in fertility medicine, stress is one of the most underestimated disruptor of male hormonal balance. You didn't know men have hormonal balance issue too, hormonal imbalance issue too. They do. And anything that disrupts hormonal balance in men will disrupt sperm production. Right? So while we are checking hormonal imbalance in women, we want to check hormonal imbalance in men too. You know, pay attention to the right things. That's what I'm trying to say. Because unlike infections or some other structural problems that people could have, it is this stress may show up on a report. How would you look at semen analysis and know this is stress? Unless I tell you, right? So, I know your minds are going, oh, stress. What's the stressor? Okay, let me talk about what stress is biologically. What would stress mean biologically? This stress that is affecting sperm production. Stress is not just an emotional experience, right? It's not just an emotional experience. It is a physiological state. It is a physiological state. Now, when the body perceives pressure, I would to God some of you were here yesterday and the day before. So much information was given. Go and look it up on YouTube. Search my name, Godwin, Dr. Godwin AMD. Then you understand what I'm talking about. What is going on in the scrotum, in the testes. I'm saying you said something. I didn't see the message. My testosterone level is low today, so I'm sorry, right? My testosterone level is low. I need testosterone boosters. So, but by the way, you're welcome. I come to my DM now. If you don't remind me, how would I know? Come on, man. You like to you want to stress me like this, so you want to stress me so that I will not have quality sperm, right? God no go agree. All right. So where was I in the gist? So I was talking about stress. I was talking about stress. I was talking about stress. Okay, I'll check it up. So I said stress is not just emotional experience. It's actually a physiological state. And when the body perceives stress, right? Level 14, Steven, congratulations. Let's dance for you. Congratulations. Right? So when the body perceives stress, whether the stress is physical stress, whether the stress is emotional stress or psychological stress, what happens is that it activates a system, right? It activates a system which we call HPA. I don't want to bother with all that. Leave that for professionals, right? It activates a system, and that system runs from the head to the testes, right? It activates that system, and now this leads to the release of cortisol. Remember, cortisol is a stress hormone. So when you are stressed, cortisol will go up. It's like your body's coping mechanism. Cortisol goes up, and that is the primary stress hormone in the body. Now, hi, Sele, I see you. Now, cortisol is useful in short boosts, right? It helps the body respond to quick change, right? That is why cortisol is there. Cortisol is not necessarily a bad thing. It only helps your body to cope, like the evolutionary coping mechanism, right? But when stress becomes chronic means that the thing don't pass, be careful, right? And cortisol remains elevated. Normally, cortisol is supposed to come, poof, cope, and go. You are stressed, it comes, poof, cope with stress and go. That is why it is designed, right? That is why it was created. But for some reason, you are under continuous stress. So what happens? Cortisol continue to build up and sustain in an elevated level in your body. And now this is where the problem begins. Who want to hear? Who want to hear about the hormonal tug of war? Please talk to me in the comment section. If you are still here, tap on your screen, share your life. Let's make sure people who need this information hear us. Who is ready? Let's move on to the next thing. I'm trying to explain cortisol so that you understand where we are going with this gist. Who is here? Is it my network? Are we ready? Now, male fertility depends on another system apart from the HPA I mentioned, right? And it is HPG axis. Don't worry about all that. Just understand the concept. Now, this system controls testosterone production, sperm production, and sexual function, right? That's system. Now, here is the key. The stress system, which is the HPA, right? The system that help you cope with stress, right? And the system that runs the male fertility, they now begin to compete against themselves, right? So we have testosterone competing with cortisol, right? When you are stressed, cortisol goes up, and that cortisol now begins to compete with testosterone. Now, when the stress is high, the body will shift its priority from reproductive mode to survival mode. because the body knows how to prioritize. That is the best economists I've ever seen, the human body, right? So you're under stress, cortisol keeps going up. But remember, you already have testosterone doing all the things it could do to make you look good, to make you reproduce and all that. But now the stress is refusing to go. So what happens? The cortisol is sustained and the body shifts from reproductive mode. The body will like, to born pikin no be the matter now. Let us survive first. The person where they are alive, they born pikin. That's basically what the body will do, right? So as cortisol rises, the reproductive hormone crashes. Why? Because your body just wants to survive. Is relegating giving birth to babies as the last thing to consider. You just want to survive, right? So if you are here, tap on your screen. Thank you for the follow, Zaramira. Tap on your screen, share the live. Please share the live. Let me see if I can use a flare right now. I know that people are trying to conceive. They need to hear this. Let's see. Let's take a flare out there. If TikTok will allow flare, right? All right. The flare is out. So, up until this point, you understood anything? Please talk to me in the comment section. Just type understand. Let me be sure you're actually following. If you miss me in this level, you have missed too much. All right? So, I haven't talked about how cortisol and testosterone competes and why the body will prioritize cortisol. Now, let's go to how this stress actually lowers testosterone. How does stress lower testosterone? Remember, we're talking about chronic stress. If it's just temporary, momentary stress, no, it's no problem. The body fixes it and goes. The cortisol fixes it and goes away. But if it's a sustained stress, cortisol level remains elevated to make sure your body cope with the stress. And of course, your body will prioritize cortisol against testosterone because survival is more important than reproduction. Right? The person where they are alive, they born pikin. So that's the reason why that will happen. So chronic stress will suppress testosterone in multiple ways. And the first way, it reduces signaling from the brain. Remember, even for you to knock, you need signal from this place. From your head. Everything about reproduction starts here. For erection to happen, it starts here. Right? For sperm production to happen, it starts here. Right? So, when there is chronic stress, testosterone is pushed down. And one of those ways, it reduces the signaling for testosterone from the brain. Because stress decreases the release of that hormone, GnRH, right, from the brain. And this will reduce the stimulation. Thank you very much. Mimi for life is here. Thank you very much. You're welcome. So when that hormone in the brain is suppressed or deceived and is decreased, the stimulation that goes to the testes for production of sperm is reduced or eliminated completely, right? So that's the first thing. So there is a reduction in the signaling here. If you want to knock now, it starts from here. So that hormone has to come from there, right? The second thing, there will be lowering of two important hormones. Good evening, Mimi for life. Good to see you. There will be lowering of two important hormones. That is the LH and the FSH level. It will go down because these hormones are responsible for testosterone production, right? They are responsible. So when they drop, sperm production reduces. Right? That is number 3. That is number 2. Number 3, there will be all these changes from the brain, GnRH, LH, and FSH, all that will also amount to direct testicular impact. High cortisol, stress hormone, interferes directly with the function of the cells that support sperm production. And those cells are responsible for testosterone. Right? What does that mean? It means that there will be lower testosterone, there will be weaker sperm production. You see what stress is doing to your life? It's not Odeji matter. The stress is messing you up. Right? Stress is messing you up. Stress is antagonizing the production of testosterone. And if there's no testosterone, forget about sperm production. Forget about it. Why the testosterone? Why does it matter so much? Why does it matter so much? Up until this point, if you are here, you're listening to me, you are still here, just type "I'm here" in the comment section. Let me be sure I'm talking to people who are listening to me. If you're here, talk to me in the comment section. Type "I'm here." Mommy Bear is here. Maybe for life. I see you. Thank you. So why does testosterone matter so much? Why? I'll tell you. Remember, I'm talking to men. So women, you can learn. Share the live stream to all the men in your life so that their reproductive life will change. Right? If you cannot share it now, go to YouTube, copy the videos. All the live stream videos are there. Send the link, let them go watch. Because we want more men to have quality sperm. Remember, in the past decades, 10, 20 years, studies have shown that sperm production around the world has cut down to 50%. So what is happening to our men? That is the reason why I'm doing this. Right? Men are just knocking. They are not producing nothing. Right? So let's change the story. Is that okay? Let's change it. So why testosterone matters so much? Why does it matter? Testosterone is not just all about being a macho, V-chest, muscles all over the place. It's not all about that. And it's not about I want knock. That is not what testosterone. That's not the only thing testosterone is for. It's not all about that, masculinity and libido. No. Testosterone is essential for these things I'm going to tell you. These 3 things. It is essential for Mommy Bear. Thank you very much for the heart. Testosterone is essential for sperm production. It's essential for sperm maturation. So it's not enough to produce sperm. They have to mature and have the ability to move forward, right? Because it's not just to produce sperm. They should move. Then it's essential for maintaining the testicular environment. Every factory must have the right environment for whatever is produced. Is it not so? And testis is a factory for sperm production. Right? So when testosterone levels drop, sperm count may decrease. Yeah? Sperm count may decrease. Thank you very much for the finger heart. When testosterone level drops, sperm count may decrease. Sperm quality may decline. right? Even libido, the ability to want to knock, will decrease. Because that's what testosterone does. You need to knock to transfer the sperm, right? So that's also very important. You cannot afford your testosterone to go down. And I'm not talking about enhancing anything. Stop all those nonsense. Don't enhance anything. You can still be in your 50s and you are performing good, right? So the testosterone basically creates both the biological and the behavioral power that breaks the barrier to conception. That's what testosterone does. That's why it matters. That's why it matters. Is that clear? Please type clear in the comment section. If you understood what I just said now, type clear in the comment section. Let me be sure you are there. Let's go to the next thing. Right? Let's break this thing down to the simplest form so that everybody can understand. Right? Is it clear? Let's talk about stress and sperm quality. Stress. Network, you know, allow you. Sorry. Don't worry. You can watch the details on YouTube. It's always there, right? It's always there. Every day, all the live stream are always on YouTube. Just go there. You will learn so much. And if you are trying to conceive, you watch those videos long and hard enough, you will carry belly. I tell you. You will, I can guarantee you that. Because knowledge is the only problem. It's not drugs. It's not disease. Disease of what? It's knowledge. All right, where was I? So I was going to talk about stress and sperm quality. How does stress influence sperm quality? Right? Because stress does not only affect hormones. No, not just hormones. It also affects the sperm directly. Chronic stress increases oxidative stress. Right? And that produces harmful molecules that changes and damages sperm. Go to previous episode, it's already there. What I just said now is a whole episode. And when these harmful chemicals are produced that damages sperm, when they are produced, they can lead to reduced motility. The ability for sperm to move is affected. It creates abnormal sperm morphology. There's a way sperm should look, but some are looking awkward, some are looking bent, some are looking, they have small tail, some are having big head, small head, two heads, all manner of morphological appearance. Why? Because stress can do that too. Right? So when I consult with some people and I tell them manage your stress, because country is hard, you gotta work hard, right? Well, I hope you know that this stress can also lead to DNA fragmentation, which is the direct link to sperm quality. So even if the sperm are produced, they may be functionally weaker. It's not enough to produce normal sperm count. You know, the lower limit is 15 million. Anything less than that is low sperm count. Right? But I still have a problem with that because of what we already know, right? Because of what we already know. So stress will lead to all that. You gotta take care of yourself as a man, right? because both the sperm and the semen is not just for you. As the women are cooking the food you are putting here, you are supposed to recalibrate the food, cook it again, and give them back, right? So it's a two-way traffic. Food for food, aura for aura, right? So who is still here with me? Talk to me in the comment section. I'm here. Type "I'm here" in the comment section, please. Type "I'm here" in the comment section. Hey, Saleh, you're here. Right? If you're just joining, you're welcome. Make sure you tap on your screen, share the live. If you're trying to conceive, you want to stick around. And if you have not followed me, what are you waiting for? Especially if you're trying to conceive. One person you want to follow right now, if you're trying to conceive, is me. Follow me now. I cannot guarantee you any drug, but I can guarantee you information that will change your 15 years story. I can. Right? So let's look at the connection between the mind and the body. Remember, stress is also an emotional experience. So how does the mind and the body connect in fertility? How does what goes on in my mind affect my ability to produce children? That's what I'm talking about. And by the way, just to, I know I may forget this point. I hope you know that stressful experience in fathers can be imprinted in their DNA and carried into the next generation. Right? Traumatic experience that the father may have gone through can be imprinted in their DNA, and they pass it to their children through the sperm, right? So your mind is connected to your body in every way, because stress affects behavior. Stress affects behavior. It does. Now, when men are under chronic stress, they experience reduced sexual desire. And that's why I tell a lot of young wives, don't pack your bags yet. You say, oh, he doesn't love you anymore, he doesn't touch me anymore, he doesn't do this. Yeah. School fees needs to be paid. House needs to be built. Food needs to be bought. Rent is calling. That is stressful for one person to think about. I cannot be pursuing a huge contract to keep the home in order, and I'm thinking of how to knock. Right? So, sexual desire is reduced. And the frequency of intercourse. And that's what you see, especially young people that thinks that when they get married, they're going to be knocking every day. Not be so. Right? Not be so. It does not work like that. The frequency of intercourse even reduce, especially when children start coming, when bills start piling up. That's what stress does. It reduces sexual desire, the frequency of intercourse, even reduce the quality of sleep. It does. For some people, they may unfortunately take solace in alcohol, some others smoking, some others the both. And that, everything I just said now, will affect fertility to the latter. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. Who is understanding what I'm saying? If you are there, just type "I'm here." Let me be sure you are there, right? Good evening, Mrs. A. Boria. I see you. Right? So stress acts at multiple layers. multiple levels. Stress acts on the hormones, it acts at cellular level, it acts at behavioral level, impeding your or opposing your ability to produce. Eka Roma, good to see you. D&D Luxury, I see you. Welcome. Thank you for the roses. That is what stress does. Who thinks of knocking when bills are piling? That's what I'm asking. So the stress here is affecting down there. I think you did. Yeah, you got it right. You got it right. Right? And that is why, good question. How do we avoid stress? You are in the right place. We're going to talk about it. Because we're going to talk about work, money, and silent pressure. We're going to talk about all these things because a lot of people don't know where the problem is coming from. Majority of the people I've spoken to in the DM, majority of them is stress. But they say, oh, doctor, give me one drug. I don't have that drug. Right? I don't have that drug. But what I'm saying now is the drug you need, right? Well, unfortunately for many people, because I don't have the drug, they don't think I'm doing any good for them, right? You guys are terrible. You guys are terrible. Anyway, in many environments, right, especially in demanding economy, like what we have now, demanding economic conditions, men carry significant pressure. Nowadays, even women don't join. But I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about men. I will get to women later, right? Men carry significant pressure. Financial responsibilities there, career uncertainty. People are being laid off here and there. You're sure your survival in this company anymore. Even when you do business, before you know, one economic policy will change the whole thing, and you start running at a loss, right? Even societal expectation puts pressure on you, right? I'm not sure what your question is, D&D. What affects? It affects. Of course, it does. Of course, you cannot be stressed and my John Thomas is jumping off. It's not going to work. It does not work that way, right? So I need to rest. I need to relax. I need to be sure of tomorrow, right? Then John Thomas will just go up like this. Oh boy, I tell you want to manage your stress. You want to manage your stress. Societal expectation is putting pressure on you. Family demands, especially African men, because we are communal people. We don't just grow alone. We carry everybody. So family demand from everywhere. Some people, even to go out and enjoy beer with their friends, they want you to pay for it. Chai, I said, but what man's toddler is always functional, but under stress it doesn't. It's not. Right? Under stress is not. Right? So this pressure goes unspoken. That's why I'm talking about it tonight, because if we don't talk about it, many people will not know. You know those things that these young girls that do hook up a lot. You know what they say? Oh, they like these older Odogu men that are very rich. They need a knack too much. They can just put you in your hotel and forget you for 1 month. Yes. First when they pursue big things, John Thomas need to jump up. That's why you're just there enjoying yourself. come to those where they no get work. Make we see whether you go even stay for that 1 month. Ivy is here. Hello, Ivy. Good to see you. You're welcome. Right? You don't understand. You don't understand the impact of stress. Many men do not recognize how much this stress is affecting their bodies. So instead of dealing with the stress, they are now buying enhancements. They are buying drugs. They are into alcohol. They are buying drugs that makes John Thomas go up, right? They are like monkey tail, Viagra, and the other ones. You don't need all those things. Just manage your stress. And you're surprised how your John Thomas will always stand and be ready for action, right? Think about all those sugar mummies that are always enjoying their sugar boys. How do you think that come about? They make sure the boy don't think of anything so that his John Thomas will always be ready for action, right? Right? Because if sugar mommy go for her mate, everybody's hustling, right? Wahala too much. Wahala too much. And where there's wahala, John Thomas not work properly, right? How does stress affect erection function? How does that happen? Even though we are focusing on hormone, we're talking about stress and other stuff, we need to understand that stress also affects sexual function. When you just got married, you can do up to 8 rounds a day, back to back. But now, the bills are piling, children are coming. Even 1 round, say you never see in 1 month. You never see. Stress is too much. You know why? Because chronic stress can lead to difficulty in achieving an erection. Difficulty. Stressed out. Even when the erection comes, it's difficult to maintain it. John Thomas can come up, but he cannot stay up there long enough. Right? And it also will lead to a performance anxiety. And that's why I tell men, come closer, women, shift back. Don't kill yourself trying to perform for anybody. Right? Don't do that. Don't take any enhancement. Don't take any monkey tail, concoction. Don't do that. You know why? Because that your John Thomas is not standing up means that your body is telling you something is wrong. So what do you need? Rest, sleep, eat well. Then ask for a rematch another day. Let us see whether you will not perform. Because it's not just psychological, it's also physiology. Then because you have promised that you will take the woman to the moon, you will bring her back and all that, you're now taking concoction. That's why you have cases of many of them who start the match and they did not live to end the match, to hear the final whistle. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Right? So take care of yourself. Manage your stress. Is that okay? Do you look at sleep? How we overlook sleep. This sleep, I keep on talking about it. People don't understand how important sleep is. Sleep is as good as medicine. Right? Stress and sleep, they are like this. Closely connected. They're closely connected. Why men under stress often will experience things like poor sleep quality. Yeah. Even when they sleep, the duration of sleep is shortened, right? And they have disrupted sleep cycle. They do. And now, you see, this matters because testosterone is produced during sleep. Remember, when you go to sleep, like I've always said, your sleeping time is a housekeeping time where your body begins to clean out all the toxins, dead cells, wayward cells. Then it looks at all your hormones and recalibrates them. Recalibrates your hormone. Why? So that when you wake up the following day, you are full of energy, alive for the next activity. That's what sleep does. So it helps recalibrate your testosterone during deep sleep. And I've always given us one of the easiest way to know about this recalibration. Every healthy man always have erection in the morning. John Thomas will just be looking up like this. Of course, I know some religious people will cast it, bind it. I rebuke the devil that is causing erection. There's no devil of erection. It's normal physiology. So instead of casting and binding it, what do? Knock it, right? Long story short, right? Long story short, you sleep less, you have less testosterone, right? So you can see that stress is indirectly reducing fertility through disrupting your sleep. Why are all of you looking at me like that? Thank you very much. Right. All right, if you are still here, talk to me in the comment section. Type I'm here. Let me be sure you are there. Right? Are you still here? You know, I'm talking about John Thomas. A lot of people have become so holy, righteous. They don't like talking about John Thomas. Don't talk about it. Let us see how you want to conceive. Right? Thank you very much for the likes. Oh, thank you very much, Ivy. Right? You know, there are important details most people may never hear. And in the past year, we've been bringing those details to you. What are you going to do with this information? My consolation is that good number of people have already reported positive for pregnancy after waiting for many years. That's why I'm still doing what I'm doing. You see, I don't ask for gifts. I don't ask for anything. I just want you to tap on your screen. Because our consolation is in those who have testimony. Imagine a world where everybody have babies, right? Bad belle go reduce. Is it not so? Bad belle go reduce. At least you have your own, that one have their own. And then we'll fight about on another thing. So there are important details most people will never hear. And that is what this live stream stands for. Giving you all the gists that you may never hear, even when you pay for them. You may never hear it. First thing, as just to add to one of the many details, the first thing is that stress can alter the epigenetic pattern in sperm. In other words, it changes or affects how genes function. How genes function. It does. That's quality of sperm. The second thing is that it prolong when you have prolonged stress, right? It may affect the storage, the place where sperm is stored and mature. So when that storage is affected, you have many immature sperm cells. I'm telling you guys, men, I'm telling you where your problem is. This is where your problem is. And of course, when the third thing is stress-related inflammation. This can disrupt the reproductive environment, right? All these effects, they are subtle and they are cumulative. It's not today, it's not tomorrow, it's not next month, it's coming. So what do you want to do now? Manage your stress. Manage your stress. Let me see the people that are listening to me that are refusing to tap on their screen. If I catch you, you are enjoying my teaching and you are not tapping on your screen, I will collect my information from your head, right? A1 Creation Network is here. Good to see you. You're welcome. All right, I see. Okay, so some people have run away. All right, I see. Chika Odinaka is here. Nora is here. Fit to Fit is here. Adama, Adora Williams, Unique, Naka Boo. I see all of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for your continuous support. All right. Please tap on your screen. You don't know who you're helping. All these testimonies we have been receiving of people after many years conceiving, it is because you tapped. Discovery, visibility is about tapping. And I don't need it for coins. I need it for babies to be formed. That is my coins that I'm looking for. I'm looking for baby coins. Baby coins. That's what we're looking for. Right? Why? Because you see, imagine a family who have been, they're about to tear apart. They're about to tear apart because of infertility. And yet, the problem with them is just lack of knowledge. It's just lack of knowledge. So when they tear apart and they now discover that it was ignorance, will they want to come back? Let's help them now that we can. Now that we can tap, let us tap. Right? So I need baby coins. Many of it before the end of the year. Now this is a vicious cycle. This is a vicious cycle. Fertility problem themselves can create stress. Of course. The very fact that we are trying to conceive 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 20 years, that can create stress. And the stress will cause infertility. Infertility will cause stress. Stress will cause... It's a vicious cycle. Over and over and over. Oh boy. So it's just when is it going to end? But it will end the moment you meet me on live stream like this. It will end. It will. Thank you very much, Nakaboo. Thank you. It will end. I want to break that vicious cycle, right? Because the stress will reduce infertility, will reduce fertility, right? Stress will delay conception and increase more stress. Christy LaBelle, good evening, good to see you. Right? Increased stress further will reduce. So it's just a vicious cycle. Stress, infertility. Infertility, stress. Stress, Infertility stress. When is it going to end? It's going to end the day you meet me. It is going to end the day you meet me. And please don't ask me for drugs. I don't get, right? Oh yes, I have ₦1 million per tablet. If you want. I have drugs that will make you pregnant. 1 tablet, ₦1 million. So if you are ready, come to my DM. Because people are just suffering for nothing, and when we tell them what they need, they say no. The other person gave me drug. Why are you not giving me drug? Because I don't have drug to give you. What I have is information that will change your life. If you don't take it, somebody will still collect money and nothing will happen. Oh, Crystal Labelle, you're just coming. Oh, today is your precious sperm birthday. Oh, wonderful. Congratulations. Let's dance for him. Enjoyment won't wound you. Congratulations. Don't be smart, you know. Crystal Labelle, I beg, remember me in your kingdom. I beg. Remember me in your kingdom. As you are enjoying your life like this. So, let's talk about the good news. I don't like talking about bad news all the time, but I must tell you where your problem is first. Then, I tell you about how to change it. So, let's talk about good news. Who's ready for good news? Right? We've heard all the bad things that stress can do. So, time for good news. Who is ready for good news? Good news, good news, good news. All right, I got you. You're good to go anytime. I trust you. Thank you. Good news. So, the question is, can reducing stress improve fertility? Look at all the many terrible things that stress would do to fertility of a man. Somebody say, oh, we did semen analysis. We have low sperm count, or motility is low, or progressive, and all those things are right there. Calm down. I just told you why it can happen. But now the question is, can reducing stress improve fertility? The answer is yes. And it can do so significantly, right? Because sperm production, like we've always said over and over again, it takes 70 to 90 days for one sperm to be produced and mature before it is dispatched, right? Now, every second, 1,500 sperm cells are produced. Every second. So by the end of 24 hours, a man would have produced 100 million sperm cells. Healthy men. I'm not talking about the ones that are stressed. I'm not talking about the ones that are smoking. I'm not talking about the alcoholics. I'm not talking about those that malnourished, those who will not sleep. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about us that are healthy and knows what to do, right? So every second, 1,500. At the end of the day, over 100 million sperm cells is produced. So if a man is suffering low sperm count, low sperm motility, or any of those things, right? All he needs to do is to manage his stress, cut off stressors from his life, and give him another 3 months. Do the test again. You would have seen it will work like magic. Did you hear me say any drug here? Did you hear me say drug? You say, doctor, we have low sperm count. Which drug should I take? Right. Or I'm going to call the wait for you. Of course, because it's market, people will give you drugs. It's normal. It's normal, right? It's normal. Because, of course, this is a live stream, so I'm here for charity. That's why I can give you good information for free. But on a good day, I don't run diesel on charity. I run diesel on money, right? So if you are coming on my DM for consultation, $50. Because this data I'm using is not your data, it's my own. So you need to pay. Somebody came to me one time to my DM. She said, "You have not done anything for me. I'm not going to pay you." I said, "Yeah, don't pay me. In fact, the one you pay, I'm going to return it. And you're going to meet people who will collect the money in hundreds of millions." because we like lies. Hi, God, have mercy. Anyway, long story short, studies have actually shown that stress reduction can improve testosterone levels, sperm count, and motility. So no fear. Reduce your stress and you'll be all right. So what are you supposed to do? Eliminate your stress completely. Can you do that? Oh, it's really not realistic, but you can manage it. It's about managing it effectively. What is your time of sleeping? How many hours do you sleep? Do you have quality sleep? How much time do you have off the stressor, like your work, business, or whatever it is that's causing you stress, right? Also, engage in physical activities. Exercise. You know what exercise does? It helps you to reduce cortisol and improve your hormonal balance, right? Smart things to do. Sleep well, 7 to 8 hours, right? But the moment it's 10 o'clock now, my alarm will ring. That it's time. I'm supposed to go to bed by 11, right? Be consistent. And let us see what happens in 3 months' time. It will work like magic. Sleep, quality sleep. All the sleep that you are sleeping, village people are carrying cutlass, they pursue you. That is not quality sleep, sorry. That is not quality sleep. And if for any reason you really have some issues, please get a mental health support. Because some of you cannot do it alone. You need to talk to somebody. Talk to a counselor. Get guided support to help you reduce your internal pressure. You need to talk to somebody. Right? Okay, maybe I'll start offering that services too. You want to talk to me? Come, pay $100. Come and talk to me. Learn time management. You cannot do everything at the same time. Right? Learn time management. Prioritize things. Reduce overload. You cannot do everything. Have a structured timetable that will help to reduce your stress level. So be smart. And of course, you know alcohol is out of the picture. Smoking is out of the picture. Right? Do not say, "Oh, I want to relieve my stress. Let me take alcohol." Alcohol does not relieve stress. Alcohol is even adding to the problem of infertility. Smoking does not relieve stress. It adds to the problem of infertility. Right? Stress is not something that is visible, right? It is invisible. It is invisible. That's why people don't talk about it. And when you go to do your lab test, it does not show on your lab results. But it affects the quality. It affects your fertility, basically. It will influence your hormonal balance, sperm production, sexual function, lifestyle habits. It does. It does. So I want to leave before we take questions from people. I know people are warming up. Ask questions. Yes! Time to ask questions has come. Please, we're in the business of asking the question, why are you not pregnant? Right? Why are you not pregnant? Stress is really almost never considered as part of the things to give you as an answer. Because everybody's looking at, oh, what do you need drug for? Oh, prescribe this, prescribe that, prescribe this. Whereas in many cases, it's just lifestyle adjustment. Lifestyle adjustment. Why? Because stress is not a dramatic thing. It's quiet. So, ask your question. My time is almost up. Remember, I must also stay healthy to serve you better. So send your requests, come up, ask your question, then we are ready to go.
Every journey begins with hope. Every heartbeat tells a story. This is fertility.